Whatever kind of scale model making you're into, a rotary tool really is helpful. These are my two. One is battery powered and the other mains powered. But which is best? Let battle commence. Right, let's start by having a look at the mains powered tool first. This is a product by Amtech, as you can see. It came in a case with a whole load of accessories. I think this one actually I purchased from the Range, which is a sort of general store outlet here in the UK, chain outlet if you're not familiar with it, if you live across the pond or anywhere else. And it's a lovely little bit of kit. It didn't actually cost me an awful lot of money. I can't remember. I think I paid about £35–40 sterling for it, something like that. Mains powered, as you can see. Obviously you've got the on-off switch. It is variable speed, and of course you've got the normal chuck here. And the chuck size, I didn't actually plan on this, but when I bought the cordless one that we'll look at in a minute, the chuck size, the tools that came with this, all the accessories, are absolutely identical to my cordless variety. So great, a bit of a bonus really that everything is interchangeable. And it's a lovely bit of kit. It really does churn out some power, this thing. You put a decent cutting disc onto it and it will do absolutely anything. Are there downsides to it? Yes, there are, one or two. You have to be very careful with how much power you actually select on your vary speed, and I would always advise doing a sort of a test cut first, because it really does go for it. But the biggest downside, I suppose, is of course the power cord. And if you're working on a new project, then it's absolutely fine. It really is. But if you want to make alterations to a diorama that already exists, then of course you've got the problem of the power cord possibly damaging the elements of the diorama that you don't want to alter, because it drags across things. You've also got to think about where your nearest socket might be, or power outlet, as you I think you say in America. And then you might need extension cables. So there are drawbacks to it, but I've had this now 5 years, 6 years, I think. It's never let me down, and it's still going. 130 watt output, and it really does the job. And for the money that I paid, I can't knock it. I really can't fault it. It's been absolutely superb. So that's the power one, the mains powered version. When it came to seeking out a cordless version, because of the limitations that I've mentioned, I opted to go with Dremel, who are, I suppose, certainly here in the UK, the recognised name, the market leader, shall we say. So this is, as you can see here, a 12 volt battery. You get the charger with it, and of course you get the tool itself. And again, as I said earlier, the chuck is able to accept all of the tools that came with the model that I've just shown you. And I've yet to find any of these things that have a different size chuck, so great. Let's just have a quick look at the battery. So the battery lives in the back of the unit here. As you can see, 2 clips. You pull that out eventually. Never works on camera. Why do we do these things on camera? So there's your battery, there's your charger, drops into there, nice firm click, plug it into the mains, and it doesn't really take long to charge up. And I've not really come across a situation where the battery wasn't, the unit was always up to the job. It was always man enough for the job. There's the model number in case you want to grab it. Dremel B240. And again, it's multi-speed. You've got the on-off switch, and you've got this button here. All this does actually is lock up the chuck so that you can get a spanner on here and change whatever tool bit out for, you know, if you've got the wrong one in, you can swap it out for the one you need. But there we are. Being the market leader, of course, it was a bit more money. I can't actually remember what I paid for this, but it certainly was a reasonable amount of money more than the mains powered Amtech model that I showed you previously. But, you know, the whole world is moving towards battery power, rechargeable, renewable energy, as it were. And of course, with this, the one advantage is you don't have that power cord dragging over everything if you're making an alteration to a diorama that already exists. It's also actually, you can't see this on camera, but it is, of course, considerably lighter than the mains powered version here. So, you know, they have advantages and disadvantages, of course, pros and cons to each. If I was only buying one, and you would hope only to buy one, what one would I go for? Well, I have to say it would be this cordless model. You know, you can buy extra batteries. Why wouldn't you do it? Just why wouldn't you do it? I've yet to find a situation this can't cope with. And it really is great. Not having to drag that power cord everywhere is brilliant. So there we are. It may well be, I've had this one, I think, 2 years now. So it may well be that this model number, I think I said B, didn't I? Sorry, that was wrong. 8240, Dremel 8240. It may well be that this model is obsolete now and you might have to find an updated variant of it. But there is no doubt cordless, renewable, rechargeable energy is certainly a great leap forward, and we should all really be looking at that. So there you go. It's not really a battle or a question of which is best. I made the fatal mistake, didn't I, of buying a, I wouldn't say a budget model, but I bought a relatively cheap unit that served me well, continues to serve me well. But it wasn't long, of course, before I found applications where the limitations of the power cord mainly were a problem. So there's the real lesson, isn't there? Buy cheap, you buy twice, as we often hear on a very famous channel in our area. There we go then. My choice, my vote, has to be the cordless variety. Not necessarily the market-leading name, but having been burnt my fingers once, you know, you try and learn, don't you? There we go then. Dremel 8240 rotary cutting device with rechargeable battery. Not so much a battle, as I said, and more of a product review. And I wanted to make this video for quite a while, but I don't believe in testing or doing product reviews of things straight out of the box. You need to know how they work, how well they're going to stand up, and you can see from my grubby fingerprints over all of these, both of these tools, they've been well used. So I am sort of speaking from real world experience here. Anyway, that's it for this one. Quick product review, quick little sort of battle of the rotary cutters. Thanks for watching. If you have any words of advice, or if you agree or disagree with anything said in this video, please leave your comment in the comments section down below. We'll look forward to seeing you next time on St. Blazey Model World. Bye for now. Bye-bye.